Cassidy, you've been unexposed. Let's talk about it.
Another one.
Battle Booth is half a gang on the low. He half a gang on the low. I'm Battle Booth gang, so y'all know what it is. Y'all know what it is.
The Battle Booth. If you look him up, y'all go subscribe to his channel.
Oh, what's good, man? You already know what it is. This your boy Joe coming at you live and direct from the Battle Coop. If you're not subscribed, make sure you subscribe. Hey, that's crazy, man. You see how we can so quickly come together, right? When something's not going right and figure it out. Bruh, for the past week, this conversation has been going on about this whole 100K tournament that Cassidy was advocating for, right? And promoting since like the beginning of the year. We've been having this conversation talking about what's going on with the tournament. You know what I'm saying? Why isn't nothing being said to anybody? You know what I mean? What's really going on? Like, there's people that have paid, you know what I'm saying, that haven't heard anything from anybody. There's people that are really curious, you know what I'm saying, as to what's going on. Yesterday, I dropped a blog, you know what I'm saying, kind of reacting to J400 Block, talking about the situation. Obviously, J400 Block was trolling, you know what I'm saying? So people really need to understand, like, when people are trolling, like when people are joking and when people are serious about something, it's not that hard to decipher. I didn't really believe J400 Block got scammed out of $150 by Cassidy. It was the point of the video, which was covering the scam tournament. That's the point of the video, right? So nothing's been said about this, right? Just yesterday, I went to sleep, right? I woke up this morning and I saw that Norbs had did a blog as well, pretty much defending, you know what I'm saying, Cassidy, which is cool, you know what I'm saying, because Norbs and Cassidy are boys or whatever the case is. But I think that there's a misunderstanding as to what people like myself might think, you know what I'm saying, about the situation. Like, really, ultimately, I do not believe that Cassidy, right, is the guy who put together this tournament that hasn't gone down yet. I don't think that Cassidy, I don't believe that Cassidy was the person who put this together. The reason that I put Cassidy as like the thumbnail or his name in the video is because from what we all remember, right, Cassidy was the one who was out there putting himself on frontline for this tournament. It was Cassidy. Not even any of the other battle rappers were really putting themselves in the front line and really advocating for this said tournament that still has yet to go down. Nobody really was doing that except for Cassidy, right? Even up until the most recent interview that Cassidy had about the tournament, Cassidy was still in that pocket of, oh, we're still working out the kinks. It's the first time we did this. So Cassidy's still on that storyline that, you know, this is still something that's, Cassidy is putting himself in a position to take the backlash for this. Cassidy put himself in a position to where if something goes wrong with the tournament, Cassidy's going to be the one to hear about it. We don't know who it is behind the scenes who is actually putting together the tournament, right? Apparently now we do. We're about to go over it real quick. Apparently now we do. Because apparently that's what I mean when I said I'm proud of us coming together, doing research and figuring things out. You know what I mean? Because I'm glad that we did. I'm glad that people did do their research, right? To find out what brand or who is behind putting this together, right? I never thought it was Cassidy. Cassidy just gets it from me specifically because he's the front man for it. He's the face for it. He's the person who was advocating hard body for this. It was Cassidy. We didn't see whoever's above Cassidy advocating for this. We didn't see Paperboy Records or whatever that label or whatever that group is, right, who's supposedly really behind the tournament. We didn't see any of these guys. It was just Cassidy. That's the reason why people are putting Cassidy's name on, like, in this. You know what I mean? In no way, shape, or form do I believe that Cassidy put this tournament together, is trying to scam the culture out of money, and I don't think that at all. But maybe Cassidy unknowingly became a part of something like that. Maybe unknowingly, people became a part of something that they didn't even know was going to be true or real or not. I just found an article, right? After watching Norb's podcast, I found an article on the Paperboy Records label and the person who apparently is behind creating the tournament. The person who is behind the label and creating the tournament and stuff. Reginald Green apparently is the person who is behind setting this whole thing up, getting this whole thing going, right? Paperboy Records or whatever the case is. That's who's responsible for putting this stuff together. And in this article, it tells us and it shows us that this person, Reginald Green, was actually arrested back in like 1998, 99 for actually having done one of the biggest scams in the US at that time, bro. The person who was involved with holding this tournament and setting it up behind the scenes is somebody who's already been arrested for fraud, scam, and all this stuff, bro. You know what's crazy about this? Is that, bro, I didn't know any of this information. And even without knowing any of this information, I'm still thinking about these types of things. Like, bro, what is going on? Why does this seem like it's some fishy-ish going on? Why does this not seem right? Why does this seem weird and fishy, bro? Why are things not going... Bro, In 1999, Philadelphia concert promoter Reginald Green was sentenced to more than 10 years for spearheading what prosecutors described as the largest counterfeit check-cashing scam in U.S. history. Federal authorities now believe prison couldn't stop Green from launching yet another ambitious fraud scheme. They say Green met two men behind bars, and the three conjured up a plan to steal millions in wire transfers from Sendit Mortgage Corp., the Mount Laurel-based company now called PHH Mortgage. With the help of an insider at the company, who has not been identified, they had computer codes changed on 15 Sendit wire transfers, worth about $2 million. The money was bound for a Florida title company to close real estate deals in the fall of 2003. Instead, prosecutors said the money was redirected to two bank accounts held by the men Green met in prison, Michael Umali and Dan Hutchison Jr. A federal grand jury in Camden indicted Green, 47, yesterday on 9 wire fraud and money laundering counts. Umali, 38, of Maryland, was indicted on 2 money laundering counts. Sendit, alerted that the money never reached the title company, was able to halt 8 of the wire transfers, but 7 transfers worth $845K went to the 2 bank accounts. The money was then laundered, court papers said, through transfers to a network of friends and relatives, cash withdrawals, and large purchases of jewelry, electronics, and other goods. All the while, Green was serving his sentence in the Philadelphia case, or he was supposed to be serving a sentence. In 2004, he escaped from a federal prison camp in Atlanta, but marshals nabbed him in Pennsylvania a few months later. During his time on the lam, prosecutors said, Green and his associates were busy cleaning their money, laundering. Attorneys for Green and Umali did not return phone calls yesterday seeking comment. Hutchinson, 28, of Washington, pleaded guilty this year for his role in the scheme. Green's son, Reginald Green Jr., 27, of Upper Darby, also pleaded guilty to helping launder money. Both are waiting sentencing. Authorities have not been able to identify who changed the computer codes at Sendit. The investigation is continuing. The indictment also does not name the web of relatives and associates who allegedly helped launder the money. But Sendit filed federal civil suits in New Jersey and Pennsylvania, naming 11 people believed to be involved in the scheme. We're almost done. Including Green and Hutchinson, several of their relatives, and at least one employee of Green's concert promotion company. The civil suits said Hutchinson's bank account had an average monthly balance of about $500, and Umali's never had more than $1,300. Once the wire transfer started, their balances and spending exploded. Within 3 days, Hutchinson's account ballooned to more than $102,000, one suit said. When Sendit officials contacted the banks where Hutchinson and Umali held their accounts, they learned that both had been cleaned out within 3 months. Green is still serving his original sentence in the Philadelphia case, and Umali, who was on supervised release from prison, has been in custody for violating the terms of his release. Both are to be arraigned in Camden at a later date. This is an older article. This is not new. It's not current. In the 1998 case, Green was convicted of fleecing 15 banks of more than $6 million. Prosecutors said he ran a ring that either stole or had insiders feed it checks from some of Philadelphia's biggest institutions. They used the coding on the checks to order refills from commercial printers. The bogus checks were then given to check passers, who opened bank accounts under false names to deposit or cash the checks. The checks came from institutions that included the University of Pennsylvania, the 76ers, Channel 6, Petco Energy, and U.S. Healthcare. Bruh, this man, what? In all, 38 people were indicted in that scheme. Green was the last to plead guilty on the eve of his trial in 1999. In the early days of rap, Green founded Paperboy Entertainment. Paperboy Entertainment. These are the people who are behind this $100,000 scam tournament. Paperboy Entertainment. How you doing? Nice to meet you. It's the Battle Booth here. Hello. In the early days of rap, Green founded Paperboy Entertainment, a hip-hop concert promotion company. Billboard magazine once credited Paperboy with putting together a peace and unity summit that honored artists Queen Latifah, Chuck D, and the Wu-Tang Clan. After Green was charged in the Philadelphia scam, prosecutors said that the name of his company was a sly nod to his expertise in dealing bad paper or counterfeit checks. This was an article that was posted a while ago. This is the guy, these are the people that are involved with this tournament. Is it no wonder why things are seeming so fishy, right? And like they're not going the way that it's supposed to be going? It's not a surprise at all. Not to me. Not to me. And that's why I make these videos, bro. Like people be trying to say that I'm hating. Bro, I say what people are thinking. I'm the type of person that's going to say what people are thinking but don't want to say. Period. And again, I never thought that Cassidy was the one who put together the tournament, like put it together like on paper and then is collecting everybody's money. No, he's just the face of it. If the URL, right, was going to hold the card, like a very highly anticipated card, and then something happens to where the card doesn't happen at all, not even just one or two battles cancel, it doesn't happen at all. Who's going to get the lashback for that? Who's going to get the pushback for that? It's going to be Smack. It's not going to be those big wigs over at Caffeine that don't show their face and nobody knows who they are. That's not going to be them. It's going to be Smack, because Smack is the face of the URL. So if a highly anticipated card doesn't go down on the URL, we're going to blame Smack, bro. Like most likely because he's the face. Smack is the face. He's the brand. And that's why Cassidy's name pops up when it comes to this. But apparently, Cassidy doesn't even have much to do with this at all. Cassidy's just somebody who was being used to promote this because Cassidy's the energy. Let's not forget, bro. Cassidy was bringing in millions of views to RBE. So of course we want somebody like that to be the face of our campaign. You know what I'm saying? Like, of course. This is crazy though, man, because this is even deeper and worse than I thought. Like at first I thought, okay, maybe a random team of people just wanted to put this together and maybe it's just not working out yet. There's a lot of kinks, a lot of things going on and blah, blah, blah. Bro, this is tied back to people that are already known and have been charged and arrested and in jail for scamming, bro, and doing fraud stuff. So it's no surprise at all, not for me anyway, what's going on here. This is crazy, bro. This is crazy, man. Yo, Norbs be having some smart callers calling in on his podcast, bro. That Cassidy podcast that he had yesterday, there was this one caller that called in that he had a conversation with. I forgot what the dude's name was on the phone with him. Fire, though, dude. People like that, bro. Like that kid that's on the phone thinking the way he's thinking. That's what we need, bro. That's what... Bro, this man was coming out with the research. This man was saying this and that. I'm like, bro, this dude is smart as shit. He knows what he's talking about, bro. Let me know what y'all think, man. Let me know what y'all think, bro. This is craziness, man. You already know what it is. It's your boy Joe coming at you live and direct from the Battlerap. If you're not subscribed,